Hello friends, in the previous video we had seen how any company gets listed in the stock market, and at the same time we also understood in detail the ways in which a company raises funds in the primary market. And because in all these methods funds are raised from investors, that is shareholders, so we can also say that by the time a company is listed in the share market, the number of its investors or shareholders has also become quite large. And when this company gets listed in the stock market, then its shareholders have the option to buy and sell these shares through stock exchange. In fact, there will be many people who are not the existing shareholders of this company, but now they want to invest in this company. Basically, the simple thing is that for any listed company, stock exchange acts like a marketplace where shareholders can sell their stocks and investors can buy these stocks. These transactions taking place inside the stock exchange where shareholders are selling their shares and investors are paying money is called secondary market transaction. The difference between secondary market transaction and primary market transaction is that in primary market transactions, the transaction takes place between the stock issuer, that is company, and investors, whereas secondary market transactions are those transactions which are not done between stock issuers but between stockholders and investors. So in this discussion till now, we have understood that one function of the stock market is that it provides a marketplace to the stockholders where shares can be sold and bought. But apart from this, there are many other functions of the share markets. It is mandatory for a publicly listed company to continuously share information related to its company with the stock exchange, because this is the information on the basis of which investors make their decision whether they will invest in this company or not. So making this information accessible to investors is also a function of the stock market. Along with this, the stock exchange also shares the details of the shareholders with the company. This includes many types of details such as bank account details, Gmail ID, etc. This means that if you buy shares of a company, the stock exchange will give your bank account details to the company so that the company can send dividends directly to your bank account. Apart from this, the stock exchange also provides your email ID to the company so that the company can correspond with you and can also send you e-voting invites, where the company gets its shareholders voting on its important matters. Many times what happens is that when new directors have to be appointed, there is voting for the same. Shareholders participate in such voting. However, the value of each shareholder's vote depends on how many shares he has. So these were some basic information about stock exchange. Let us now talk about a very important matter. See, thousands of companies are listed in any stock exchange, and that is why the stock exchange publishes some indices. These indices can be for the overall market and can also be for some specific sectors. These indices are very important for investors, traders, and financial analysts, because by using these indices they can judge the performance of the overall market of India or any particular sector. So now the question is, what are indices? So basically what happens is that out of thousands of companies which are listed in the stock market, some such companies are selected which are the top companies of their sector. For example, if we talk about the IT sector of India, then the names of TCS and Infosys come here, which are the biggest companies of the IT sector. So if we are making an index of the stock exchange of our country, then we will include these two companies in the IT companies. Apart from this, if we talk about the banking sector, the biggest companies are HDFC and ICICI Bank. So we will also include these two companies in this index. In this way, we include the largest companies of all the sectors in the index, and this index is calculated on the basis of their performance. And the method of creating this index is very complex. There are many such techniques through which this index is developed. Some such techniques are market capitalization weighted index, apart from this, price weighted index, equal weighted index, etc. The index can be created using any of these methods. So that was about overall market, where top companies of all sectors are kept, and using the same methods, individual sector-wise index is also made. The only difference is that in the case of individual sector, companies of that particular sector are only kept. So in this way, if any stock exchange is publishing any particular index, then it gives an idea to a great extent about how our overall economy is performing. And by looking at the sector-wise index, you can find out how that particular sector is performing. Because many times what happens is that the overall economy is doing very well, but a particular sector is in red. And because all these index calculations are computerized, so you can see the values of this index in real time. And by looking at the values of the indices, you can tell what is the mood of our stock market. If the index is continuously falling down, then we can say that the market is bearish. That is, there is a recession in the market. And if the value of the index is increasing, then we can say that the market is bullish. That is, the buying of stocks is going on rapidly. Bullish, bearish, bulls and bears, all these terms are commonly used in the stock market. Let's focus back on stock exchange. See, in our country, total 7 stock exchanges exist. Their names are Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, Calcutta Stock Exchange, Metropolitan Stock Exchange, Multi-Commodity Stock Exchange, National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange, and the last is Indian Commodity Exchange. Apart from these 7 stock exchanges, there used to be many stock exchanges in our country, but now they have been closed. According to the website of SEBI, there are a total of 27 stock exchanges which used to exist earlier, but now they are not operational. And out of the 7 exchanges that we have seen that exist, 2 major stock exchanges are Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. The biggest stock exchange of our country is Bombay Stock Exchange. It is also the oldest stock exchange of our country, and not only of our country but also the oldest stock exchange of Asia. It was started in 1875 under a banyan tree. And at that time, its name used to be the Native Shares and Stock Brokers Association. This stock exchange worked like a regional stock exchange till the year 2002. But since 2002, it has become a national stock exchange. If we talk about the world's top 10 stock exchanges on the basis of market capitalization, then in this list, Bombay Stock Exchange comes at 10th number. At first number is New York Stock Exchange, and at second number is Nasdaq. You can also see the rest of the names here. Now let's talk about those overall market indices which are published by Bombay Stock Exchange. You can see their names here. In this, you can see S&P BSE Sensex. This index represents the entire Indian stock market. Although only 30 companies have been included in it. But if this index is increasing, then it is believed that the entire Indian stock market is increasing. If this index is seen decreasing, then it is understood that the Indian stock market is falling. In common language, we also call this index as Sensex. But apart from this, there are many other overall market indices which we can see here. Here you can see S&P BSE 200. In this, the top 200 companies of India have been included from different sectors. A dollar version index of this index also exists, which is called Dolex. After this, you can see S&P BSE 500. In this, India's top 500 companies have been included. And this one, which is S&P BSE 100, in this, India's top 100 companies have been included. Earlier, it was also called BSE National Index. Now let's talk about the National Stock Exchange, that is NSE, which was established in 1992. National Stock Exchange also publishes many overall market indices. Some important of them you can see here. We also know S&P CNX 50 by the name of Nifty 50. In this, the top 50 companies of India have been kept. And in the next index, that is S&P CNX 500, in this, India's top 500 companies have been included. Actually, in these indices, the list of top companies is reviewed periodically, and if necessary, some companies are reshuffled in it. The companies which are not performing well are removed, and the companies which are performing better are included in this list. In this way, at any point of time, the top 500 companies remain in this index. Similarly, if there are 50 companies in an index, then the top 50 companies keep changing. So that was about overall marketing index. But as we have discussed earlier also, many sector-wise indices are also published for each stock exchange. You can also see their names here. Now you must be wondering why the name of every index is starting with S&P or CNX. What is the logic behind it? Does this name have any significance? So the answer is yes. There is an important logic behind it, and this name also has significance. The C inside this name represents CRISIL, which is Credit Rating Information Services of India, and the NX in CNX represents the National Stock Exchange, that is NSE, because it is the index of NSE. Basically, there is a joint venture of CRISIL and National Stock Exchange, namely IISL, that is India Index Products and Services Limited. What does IISL do? What is its relevance? I'll tell you that later. Before that, let us see what S&P means. So if we talk about S&P, then S&P means Standard & Poor's. It is an American company which provides financial services, and a joint venture has been formed to generate the indices of NSE between Standard & Poor's and IISL. The name of this joint venture is S&P CNX Nifty, and this is the reason that you get to see S&P CNX in the name of all the indices of NSE. Now, if it is asked who prepares the index of BSE, then the answer is that a joint venture has also been formed to prepare the index of BSE. This joint venture is between Standard & Poor's and Statistics Department of BSE, and that is why you can see their names reflected in the indices. So these were the details related to the stock market. To cover Indian history and Indian economy in detail, follow Bookstawa playlist. Link is given in the description box. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Bookstawa.